Hi, John Alex here with the fifth round, final round in our league with Grinding Station. I'm gonna play first this time. Let our opponent play first, the last one. And this is the let your opponent first play first hand. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this. We are 3-1 so far, by the way. Only lost the last one. Our opponent, I think, has been on Grixis server a fair amount. Yeah, I think it's not usually great with this deck to fire off the turn 1 probe, but I think it is decent in this case because we have multiples of 2 cards and also only 1 land. It would be great to know what we have to do with the polluted delta. Okay, so also Grixis with main deck Cabal Therapy, interesting. So Volk, PZ, Delver, Brainstorm, a good one. Ponder, and I don't have the therapy yet. Let's draw a card here. Tendrils, okay. Getting punished for casting the Ponder there, the probe. I think I like Delta Go here. Pass and Flames would be a very good draw. Obviously, it almost always is. There's Delva, I would say, yeah. Okay. So this one is a clear indicator that we're on Storm, which makes our opponent play a certain way, which in turn means I don't want to signal that and try to build up a lethal natural tendrils kill. Rather, I would just try to dig for Burning Wish or Pass and Flames and kill our opponent from there. So they drew another Cabal Therapy, which definitely makes it good. We didn't play the Swamp because they would just get to play infinite things. I could get Volcanic Island here to turn on Burning Wish, and I think I'm going to do that. Opens ourselves up to Wasteland, but yeah, I think this is a fair trade. I'm not going to play the Swamp here because it makes our opponent... I think this is hard. I think this is really hard because if our opponent has if our opponent therapies us, we're likely dead. So actually I think we have to Cabal Therapy our opponent for Cabal Therapy now. No. And play out the LEDs. This is unfortunate because our opponent has double counter in hand. But I don't think there's anything we can do about that. Cabal Therapy. Okay, so now I'm thinking, do I want to play one of the LEDs? As a matter of fact, I think I do because it's already clear we're on Storm. And playing only one because we might need the other one for Storm count. Delver not revealing anything. For the record, I would not reveal anything with Delver there either. If he had Force... one thing that could happen now is our opponent has found a land, then they play Pyromancer. And... okay, Ponder. So what do they have? Another creature likely. So if they find a land, they could play Pyromancer, sacrifice Delver for Flashback Cabal Therapy, and then sacrifice the token they get from Pyromancer for the second Cabal Therapy, and then we're in a really bad position. So yeah, these main deck Cabal Therapies from our opponents doing work here, much more than Stifle, as we've seen in the third round. We have actually now played 3 consecutive rounds against Grixis Delver. That's quite interesting. I mean, I guess it gets to... Our opponent did not shuffle with the ponder. If they play land now, I'm going to chalk it up to them finding the land. If they don't play land here, I'm going to put them on force. Okay. So there's the flashback. Cabal Therapy. Ah, we're on f6 already. Okay. Tendrils. Okay. Fetch. So they have Brainstorm, Young Pyromancer, and now they're going to play Deathrite Shaman. Okay. So they should be dead. We have Infinite Mana, and we Burning Wish for Infernal Tutor for a Past and Flavors Loop. That worked out well. Burning Wish, Croc LED for red. Yeah, this drawing Tendrils and drawing Burning Wish has been really good so far. Definitely happy about playing this list. Not only because it's, for me personally, a lot of fun, but also because I think it's just a cool deck to play. Where's the Passing Flames? There we go. Like it's a rather unusual deck as far as storm decks go, and I like showing it off a little. One of my favorite old toys. I used to play this deck so much. Now let's just probe. I usually like to go one further with the storm count than I have to. Just to make sure I didn't miscount. Although multiplication by 2 is not the hardest thing to do. Okay, so begin sideboarding. Gonna go with the same sideboard plan as the last 2 matches, which is, if you didn't see them or it's been a while for you, minus Ad Nauseam, -1 Preordain, -1 Rite of Flame, plus 3 removal spells. Really simple. Worked out in the first match we played against against Grixis, and it could have worked out in the second one had we found the Pyroclasm. But our opponent drew too well for us, which does happen in the matchup. Sometimes we also draw too well for them, to be fair. This hand is not amazing. It's pretty bad against the turn 1 Cabal Therapy, but I'm going to keep anyway. If they do not have a turn 1 probe, okay, they do. Now they also have Cabal Therapy, because that's how things go. I was going to say if they didn't have the turn 1 probe, I likely would just have played Swamp Go on turn 1 and try to set up a natural Tendrils kill. Notably, we have the Brainstorm Probe LED combination, which you can sometimes use to put a card on top of your library with Brainstorm, then play your LEDs and cast Probe to draw into the card that you otherwise couldn't cast. Hey, Volcanic is good news because it means they don't have Cabal Therapy. Burning Wish, that's a decent card to draw. Let me play the Swamp and probe them. If they don't have anything here, I can just make Goblins. Of course they are gonna... Okay, Daze, Brainstorm, Surgery. That's interesting. Excuse me. Storm, Surgery, Daze, to waste, and the Delta. That is 6 cards, yes. So basic swamp looking really good there. I don't think I want to fire off the brainstorm here. Case could be made for playing out one of the LEDs, and I think I should actually do that. Excuse me. I need to drink more. Talking so much, definitely not used to that. I can see the main phase brainstorm. I think it's a good call. Although actually I don't like it that much because you're not going to cast anything main phase anyway, so you might as well just wait. Is that opponent actually going to cast Cabal Therapy here? That is so risky. Like, so risky. Unless, of course, they found Force of Will as well. This might be Death Shaman. Yeah. As I said, not going to do anything here. I thought the main phase brainstorm didn't make all that much sense because, okay, so they are going to cast Death Shaman, so do they have Force? Huh. So they have Daze, we know that. Let's brainstorm. Okay, we get to check, that is good. I think I like putting Tendrils on top. Not super sure. Let's go Tendrils Wish. Actually, no, Wish. Wish is a better card to put on top because we don't have red mana. We want to probe into Burning Wish. Is there a way we can... So I think I'm going to cast Dark Ritual here to draw out the Force of Will. And it's the days, excuse me. So the hard thing is, do I put them on Force? I could set up a Past in Flames line here, a Burning Wish of the Past in Flames with the probe into LED. I mean, they're most definitely gonna daze here anyway. If they cast the Dark Ritual, I could also Cabal Therapy, but yeah, actually, I think the only reasonable line we have here is excuse me, setting up the Past in Flames line. So let's put. Do we need the LED? Yes, we do. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to cast all my cards, but I don't think there is. Let's put away the Cabal Ritual and the Burning Wish on top, because we need to probe into that. So this Dark Ritual is going to get dazed. And okay. No. Now we just have to hope our opponent doesn't have Force. Just cracking one of the LEDs. Okay. So they do have Force. And double surgery, that's annoying. Also the Wasteland. Let's just cast the Burning Wish, get it counted. Interestingly, they're forcing despite the fact that we didn't actually activate the LEDs. I don't think this position is great, but it's not terrible either. They have Invasive Surgery, Wasteland, Volcanic Island in hand. One unknown card. The Death Ride Shaman is slightly annoying. I definitely didn't like going for it there, but I think being Brainstorm locked was the best choice. Also, knowing about the double surgery now, I don't think we could have beat that hand. Maybe with the natural tendrils, but we didn't have actual mana to do that. I really think they shouldn't have let the probe resolve actually. Okay. Paramancer, that's a good one. For sure. So now they have Surgery and Wasteland in hand. Not gonna play the Bloodstained Mire. We're gonna drain this for 2. So, knowing about the Bloodstained Mire on top, I think we actually could have won this. We would have won most likely. We cast the Brainstorm a turn later, but I think the window was just too good. Our opponent was tapped out. Okay, just play the Maya. Yeah, I don't see us winning this game, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? Like they still have the Invasive Surgery in hand. That is extremely annoying. They should be playing the Wasteland here to be able to counter Pass on Flames, exile it before the flashback, but somehow they don't want to. No, we did, okay. Should have fetched an upkeep. Didn't keep track of life totals there. This is another game where Pyroclasm actually would have been really good. Well, many things would have been good. Drawing Lamp would have been good off the Brainstorm. Our opponent not having Force would have been good. But yeah, gonna stick with this warding plan. I definitely realized that maybe the probe was excessively aggressive, but I think it was reasonable. Our opponent might just have had like double days. Yes, I would like to play first. This is a decent hand. Would prefer a Getaxian probe here. I don't think I'm supposed to therapy for Death Ride Shaman turn 1. These are 2 cards I don't want. Tendrils. Not actually the greatest draw, and now this hand is looking much worse than the opening hand did. Especially if we now get hit with therapy for our own therapies. Our opponent playing Invasive Surgery is definitely interesting. It's not the staple Grixis server sideboard card by any means. Usually they have Flusterstorm or some Spell Pierces or Split, but I don't really see Invasive Surgery all that much. Yeah, this is definitely one of the matchups where being the slower deck can hurt you, because when they have the infinite creature draws, you gain a lot by just having the fast mode of going for quick Pass and Flames kills. Of course, in the late game it gets worse because, okay, what are we gonna do? Force? I don't think there's anything else reasonable. We could name Surgery, but I think Force is definitely more likely. Also makes sense with the fact that they played the Delver on turn 1, although our hand is slow, so that doesn't say all that much. Double Brainstorm, wow. Staticaster, interesting. I don't think it's completely unreasonable to just go ahead and fire off another therapy for Brainstorm here. I actually think I'm going to do that. What are we going to fetch? I think the second Underground Sea. I think playing the Delver there was wrong, for the record. Okay. Not dazing, interesting. Okay. Now revealing Force of Will. Cabal Therapy. That's decent, given that we only have 3 cards and then I think 2 of them. Therapy for Burning Wish hurts because now we can no longer just... Actually, I should have fetched Badlands there because I would have liked to Burning Wish for MT. And here, drawing Past and Flames would be really good. Of course, not without drawing more cantrips and some rituals first. Okay, Burning Wish. Sure. Our turn. Island, not a card that does anything here. Yeah, I think we're losing this one. Just because our opponent is much closer to putting it together a winning hand than we are. Okay, fetch hand. Not gonna cast the probe. Want to keep it for when I don't know what's going on. Our opponent might flash in the Staticaster in the end step, which I think is reasonable. Means we no longer get to Goblins them. Fetching Badlands, not fetching Badlands rather, was bad. They might also just sacrifice the Staticaster to Cabal Therapy, which apparently they don't think that's a good idea. Okay, having drawn the Brainstorm, they want to fire off the probe. 15. I think I'm going to play the island and go for the probe next turn. That way we can play through Daze and Spell Pierce and still have a fetch open. Okay, going down to 7. And if they have a bolt or another creature, we die to casting the probe. At least next turn, that is. If they don't, we're in a decent position. Hopefully they didn't draw more counter magic. They could just flashback Cabal Therapy here. Had they drawn a creature, it seems Surgical and Burning Wish. Okay. And that is slightly annoying because now they know the hand, and that means that we have to likely cast Brainstorm here because our opponent, I think, at least, should flashback Cabal Therapy here. 1 Burning Wish in exile, 2 Burning Wish in exile, 3 Burning Wish in exile, and that's it. This is really annoying. Actually, we do still have main phase Past and Flames, but it is still not the greatest. Yeah, I definitely think our opponent should flashback Cabal Therapy here. If only to make us cast a Brainstorm. Unless, of course, they have like Flusterstorm in hand. But even then, like, I don't think the Staticast is doing it. Well, actually, they know now the Staticast isn't doing anything because they just took our Burning Wishes and see that we don't have MT in our deck. And also, MT at this point is not a likely avenue to victory. Yeah, not happy about this surgical. Yeah, there's the Cabal Therapy. If they have Parablast now, we're in a lot of trouble. Definitely getting punished for holding off on the probe and the brainstorm last turn. So I guess this means we can't win. Of course we can Tendrils them, but let's check the sideboard. So we can hope we don't die this turn. Or next turn rather. So if they hit any of our cards, we're dead. Did they just have another surgical? That would be extremely... Wow. Ugh. So we're dead, I guess. Ugh. So now they're gonna name Tendrils with the Cabal Therapy and leave us with nothing. Well, I guess we get to keep the probe. We likely get to live another turn. So a hand after the therapy is probe right LED. We don't have brainstorms in the deck, that is annoying. Surgical Extraction doing work here. Those were some really good 2-draw steps. Also none of them for life, that is so annoying. I guess we can still draw Past in Flames. We're actually closer to drawing Past in Flames now because we get to shuffle. Certainly would have liked to have Dark Ritual over Rite of Flame here. Only because it's so much better with Past in Flames, of course. It actually casts Tendrils. So they name Tendrils as they should. And we draw Sudden Shock. That is actually extremely good. That is extremely good. Yeah, Spell-Pierce Days, we know those. And we draw the Volcanic, which is even better. So actually this is a game now. Let's just kill this shit. Excuse me. Let's just kill this creature. And yeah, this is actually a game now. Interesting. Unless, of course, they now play Deathrite Shaman. Young Pyromancer, that's also a decent card to find. So, casting Duress here I think is bad because our opponent is just going to cast, excuse me, both their cards. Want to prevent that from happening as long as possible. They draw Cantrip here, of course, that's extremely bad. Yep, taking the hit. And of course they draw Cantrip. A Probe even, that's pretty good. So yeah, our opponent definitely not drawing bad. This Delta has a terrible draw, if they have anything here. Okay. At least something. Or did they just draw another Bolt? Or Cabal Therapy? Really anything kills us, I think. Brainstorm. I have no idea why they're doing it main phase. I guess there's no cost because we're dead next turn anyway. Okay. And redraw nothing. That's unfortunate. Would have liked to actually play a little longer here. Like, okay. Yeah. That is quite unfortunate, losing to the top deck Young Pyromancer to round this off. I don't think there was anything we could have done. The Sudden Shock was a great draw, but it didn't work out because our opponent just found another creature immediately. Thanks for tuning in. A little disappointing to go 3-2 after starting off so strong, but what can you do? Thanks for watching this, and by the time this is live, I think there should be another poll as to which deck I'm going to record next with, and make sure to vote on that. My Twitter is @JONLX. I'm going to put that in the description down below. And thanks for sticking with me. Take care.